Hello Aquarius! Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using this deck, which I lost the box. So if you know the name of this deck, put it in the comments below and I will update the things. You know, the thing at the bottom of the video here. Whatever that is. It's escaping me. For the Oracle cards, I'm going to use Chakra, Wisdom, Oracle cards. Chakra, Wisdom, Oracle cards. There we go. And they're created by Tori Hartman. Illustrated by Gretchen. There's the last name in case you would like it. How come I'm tripping over my words all of a sudden? Like, I'm literally tripping over my words. What's up with that? We'll find out. Okay. Let's see where this goes. Okay. So you're starting off in a really good situation. That word is like my brain is going blank with that word for some reason. That's fine. You're starting off with a really good situation. This is you, the Sun card on your side. And the situation, especially with the card below it being recovery, is like you did not expect it to take an upturn. Whatever it is, the reason you're having the Sun card is because something got better, at least better than expected. And you're like, wow, that is a lot better than I thought it was going to turn out. That's the very least of it. Not only is it better than you thought, it seems to be like it's something that could go a lot better going forward. And there's this moment where it looks like everything could go really well. That's the Sun card. Like, oh, this could go good. This could finally turn around. Looks like we're having some recovery here. A really good moment. Okay. Okay. The next moment, and I keep looking at this and I'm still kind of shocked that so many cards came upside down, but there's a lot of them. You got the Ace of Swords, or no, the Ace of Wands reversed, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you're trying to make something happen and you're moving forward. And when I'm getting this Nine of Pentacles here, I just feel like something you thought was really good really wasn't as good as you thought it was. But the thing is, you're moving on it. The reason these are both reversed is what I'm getting is that you're moving forward on something that looks really good, but the information or the truth of the situation isn't correct. So it's not like you have bad intentions. I feel like it's the movement forward based on something that isn't as good as you thought it was. And because you're moving forward on something that's not how it really is, you're kind of destined to like have an issue here. Somebody knows better. At this point, somebody knew it wasn't as good as you thought it was. And I'm getting that they got the Five of Swords here, but the Four of Swords is right above it. The Four of Swords a lot of times to me seems like a block. Sometimes it's healing information, but for this, like the way it's blocking that horse or unicorn actually from moving forward, it's like blocking them from going towards those swords. It's like literally there's a block. It's like somebody's blocking information or not letting you know the truth of a situation. And the Five of Swords is kind of like they don't want to like take the wind out of your sails. They didn't do it in a negative way. They're like, well, what's the point in knocking you down? It's kind of their attitude. Why knock you down? Let you try. Let you have hope. They're kind of trying to let you have hope is what I'm getting. Woo. So creation comes next. You try to make something happen. Like literally creation is coming because you have the Ace of Wands. And I'm getting, again, these are both reversed because it's not as good as you think it is. It's really not as good as you think it is. But you're moving forward on that information, not realizing that. And I feel like it's really interesting because you're moving forward. Creation is happening here, and I feel like it's directly because of you, because you're like, this looks good, and nobody's telling you otherwise. And you're like, since it looks good, let's make it better. Let's continue this. It makes sense to me why you're doing this. Creation happens here. Okay? Good things. Good things. You're creating a situation to keep this furthering. You're trying to make that Sun card keep coming forward. I just feel like this is a rough one. I really, really do. Judgment reversed in the environment. It's just, you're creating something with really good intention, but it's not happening. It's not working. Judgment against you is kind of like, it looked really good. The Sun card was here. What happened? What happened? That Sun card is basically how you felt in that moment, just to be fair. Because that's on your side, how you're feeling. When the Judgment falls through and it's judgment against you, Two of Pentacles shows up reversed, saying there's nothing to really choose anymore. Now it's just kind of like waiting to see what happens next. So there's nothing for you to really decide here. This is like going rough. I'm kind of like, why is this so rough? If you like, I'm trying to see, like, is there an upswing here? What is the lesson here? What are they trying to help you with here? What is the information that's supposed to encourage you or give you some better perspective? Because it feels really rough. I almost feel like for a lot of you so far, because we're only halfway through, they're trying to give you the heads up that, like, you didn't do anything wrong. Nobody told you the truth about what was happening because they didn't think it was... They didn't want to... Like, they felt like it was the wrong thing to do to tell you that. Almost like it was knocking you off your horse, and they didn't want you to fail. They didn't want to tell you there's no hope here. They wanted you to believe it was hope. Like, they wanted you to enjoy it as long as you could. I feel like that's why they didn't say anything. It doesn't feel malicious. Like, the energy over here does not feel malicious. It just feels like information was kept from you. And the reason they did that is because they just felt like it wasn't really going to help you to tell you the truth. And it wouldn't hurt things just to let you believe the best. Meanwhile, it's making you feel kind of like, what's the deal? I feel like when you tried to make things better, you tried to capitalize on things and make them better, like a very positive energy, the guilt comes in between you and this other side because you're feeling really bad about this. I feel like that's the whole thing. You're feeling really bad about how this turned out. Maybe this is the whole point of this reading, because I was like, why are we doing this? Because this feels like a downer. But they're saying you feel really bad about something, like almost as if you didn't do the right thing, or like you didn't try hard enough, or you didn't find the right angle, or if you just did it this way instead of that way, or there's a good moment here and you just ruined it and it could have been better. It's like there's a guilt here with the Ace of Cups upside down on your side, kind of like you're feeling really bad about a situation and kind of trying to own it with the Ace of Cups reversed. It's kind of like you feel like it's your fault it didn't work out. And that's not the truth. It's not your fault it didn't work out. It wasn't going to work out anyway. But there's still information here that you don't have, is what I'm getting. Because I feel like that's a big piece to this. That's a huge piece to this. And why this is coming. Like, you don't deserve this guilt. You don't deserve this feeling. And the other people who are keeping the information from you, they just don't understand that that's how you're feeling. I don't feel like they get it. I don't feel like they're seeing like how much you're taking this on your own. As if there was this really great sunny moment. Like, there's this great moment, and you tried to make sure it stayed, but then judgment went against you. Judgment went against the situation, actually. That's what this is. Judgment went against the situation. And you're like, I don't understand what I did wrong. I don't understand how it went from really good to really bad so quickly. The thing is, you weren't seeing the truth of it. People weren't telling you the truth of it. You didn't know what was really going on there. So this isn't something you should own. But at this point, I feel like it's hard for you to realize that, because it's kind of like, all you know is that you saw it was really good, you tried to make it better, and then it flat out failed. And nobody's giving you the information about how it was before, why it actually failed. All that information is missing, and people aren't seeing that you need to know so that you don't feel bad about it, because I feel like you feel really bad about it. The next thing that comes in on your side is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you don't really want to give up on this situation. But at the same time, you're like, I don't want to give up on it, but it seems like every move I make just seems like the wrong move. Like, anything I do here doesn't seem to make things better. And I'm seeing, like, the impasse here. When I'm feeling impasse with this, like this, my brain is going blank with the meaning of this card, just to be fair, in the name. But I'm feeling like somebody's just like, you can't get past it. Like, you have to solve this next part before you can go forward to the next. I feel like you're just kind of like, I don't know what to do, and I got to figure out this riddle, and I can't get past this person until I figure out this riddle, and it's just not happening. It's just flat out not happening. You have a third ace, and it's also upside down. It's killing me. Ace of Pentacles. I feel like they're saying the situation is not in your control, is what I'm getting. And I feel like that's what I feel like that's the whole thing here. This situation is not in your control. And this is why you can't move forward. This is why you're having a hard time deciding, like, where do I go next? What should I do next? I don't even know what to do. It feels like everything I do is the wrong move. The situation is not in your control. I don't feel like there's anything you can do to make this better. Sometimes that's a harsh reality, and I wonder if that's the whole point of this reading, because they're saying you're owning too much of it. You're trying to make something better, you're feeling like things could get better, you're actively trying to make it better, and it just keeps failing and failing. But they're saying this situation isn't really in your control. The Ace of Pentacles reversed is telling me it's just like it's like the people pulling the levers. It's almost like, the Wizard of Oz, the person pulling the levers. You have no idea they're there, let alone they're pulling the levers, opening the doors, directing traffic this way, directing traffic that way. All this is going on around you, but you don't realize that other people are calling the shots and nobody's telling you what's really going on. It's putting you at a spot, but there's nothing you can do. I just get like the whole part of this is like you shouldn't feel bad about it. Whatever's happening here is beyond your control. And the people who have control, they're not letting you know. Like, they're not giving you the information, so there's nothing you can do there. There's just like nothing you can do about this. So they're saying don't own this so much when you really can't change anything. Like, it's one thing if you can own it and you can actually make a difference, but if you're trying to make things better and it's just not being allowed, and it's just not happening, like, if you don't really own the situation, don't feel bad about it, because you tried to make things better, you tried to do your best, but there's so much being held off to the side to you, there's nothing else you can do here. I feel like that's what this is about. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.